Jungkook scrunched his face before opening his eyes and he found himself sleeping on his bed. Adjusting his shoes, he sat down and looked around like a lost puppy. It was hard for him to clarify that what he just experienced was real or a dream. He immediately threw away the blanket to the other side and stood up before making his way out of his room. He wanted to see you as soon as possible, but then his eyes landed on something. He slowly walked near the table and there was a rose sitting on top of something. Seems like a note. He picked the note up before reading it. Anger rushed inside him as he scrambled the paper. I don't believe in destiny, nor I'll let you abandon me. He put the paper inside his pocket before leaving in anger. You locked the door and came inside your room. It was so hard for you, harder than you thought, and you could feel it in your heart. It was heavy, it was aching, crying and clenching. You sat down on the carpet before leaning your head against the bed and tears started to fall from your eyes. It wasn't a dream. You actually injected up in his body that made him unconscious for some time because that was the only way you can disappear from him. He would never let you go, but now it's impossible for him to find you. But somewhere you know that he will find you because you got to know him very well in that period of time, and he never let go of the person he holds dear to his heart. Yoongi sighed when he saw the door of your room still locked from inside. He was feeling so bad, but he has his own worries. It's not like he was doing it on purpose. He was just scared and still can't get over from what he experienced in the past. He wasn't completely against of your relationship, but he wanted to see if Jungkook truly loves you and deserves you, or he just wants for his own good and comfort. He called a maid who immediately came. Did she eat anything? No, sir. Miss Vine refused to eat anything and even strictly ordered not to disturb her. He sighed. Prepare a meal. She nodded and left after getting an order while Yoongi again walked towards your room. He knocked but didn't get any reply. Vine, open the door. Try to understand what I'm saying. He waited for some time because he knew you will open the door as you never disobey him. And as expected, after a few minutes you opened the door, but you didn't look at him and walked inside the room. He followed you. Ryan, I understand how you're feeling right now, but just try to think. You looked at him. I'm sorry to answer you this way, Oppa, but I don't think you can understand, and that's because you never fell for anyone. I told you that he has changed. He was already a nice person. He's not at all how people describe him, and he behaves that way because he has trust issues. But everything was fine. In fact, I feel like I'm the one who betrayed him. Yoongi stood in front of you, only a step away. He was understanding your condition, but you weren't thinking correctly according to him. You didn't betray him, Vian. You did so much for him. Made him fall in love with you, cared for him, healed him both physically and emotionally. Will you be the only one who will put all the efforts? Did he do anything for you to prove his love? It was harsh but true. He was thinking practically, which you failed to see in love. Although you know Jungkook loves you, but as your brother, your one and only family, his concern is valid for you. He gently held your shoulders. I won't separate you from him, nor I'll force you to stop loving him. If he proves his love for you, I will give your hand in his by myself, and that's my promise. Tears of joy and sorrow left your eyes. You knew your brother can never be against your happiness. You hugged him tightly. I'm sorry for thinking you're wrong. Thank you, Oppa. He hugged you back and patted your back, but there was no smile on his face. It won't come until he knows what exactly Jungkook has become. How can you all can't find her? Contact the agency she was hired from, he said, bursting on his bodyguards. Boss, the sources are unknown, but I think she was from the same agency who also provides security to big businesses and government officials. Their head is Min Yoongi and your father seems to visit him a week before she come here. Min Yoongi? He immediately remembered him, but he was puzzled like how you were connected to him. Although he knew him, he didn't know that you are his sister. Continue your search and let me know if you find anything else about her. The bodyguards nodded and left while Jungkook decided to ask his father. He knew he'll get all his answers from his father, so he didn't waste a second. He wanted to get you before it's too late. Why are you asking me about wine all of a sudden? She left because her work is done, he said, giving him a glass of wine which Jungkook put on the table. It's a matter between us. I just want to know that from where did you hire her? Does she belong to Min Yoongi? His father looked at him for a few seconds and then nodded. I'm surprised that you didn't find out. She's his sister. Jungkook's brows crashed together. It was completely unexpected. Mr. John sat on the couch beside him. But why are you looking for her? Did you like her service? She's among the finest bodyguards in that agency and has been trained very well since childhood. If you want, I can talk about it with Min Yoongi. Thanks for the help, but I'll do it by myself now, he said, getting up and was about to leave when Mr. John stopped him and walked behind him. Why are you looking for her? I thought you wouldn't be happy to know that I hired a female bodyguard for you. Jungkook turned towards him. I would have if I didn't start feeling comfortable around her. Yoongi is the same man who lost his parents when Mom and Hyung died, right? His father nodded. Yes, and I still feel bad about it. They lost their lives for something they were not responsible for, and poor that girl Vian. I'm happy that she turned out to be a strong woman like her mother. Thanks for breaking it to me. I'm leaving. And he walked away. Yoongi leaned back on his chair, turning it slowly from left to right when he saw Jungkook walking in his office and then towards him. He stopped at the other side of the desk. What an unexpected guest. I'm surprised you found this place. He was sarcastic, but Jungkook only wants to do what he's here for. Where is Vian? I want to see her. Yoongi scoffed along with a chuckle. Wow, what a confidence. Well, not surprising from a mafia like you, but still, why would you think I'll let you meet her? Yoongi, I know we don't have good relations in the past, and I didn't know about our family history, but I'm equally a victim of that incident. Yoongi got up from his chair before coming towards him. Why are you telling me all this? If you are here for work, then we can discuss. I keep my professional and personal life completely separate. I want to see Vian. Tell me the reason. Why would I let you meet her? I don't think she wants to meet you. Jungkook looked at him. That's not true. She left me without saying anything. I want to clear things between us. I love your sister. Yoongi kept on looking at him for a second before laughing. Love? I doubt if I have heard anything funnier than this. She was there only for a month. Do you think it's a joke? Do you think I'll believe you? He said, coming back to his normal cold expression. Don't believe me. Bring Vian and she'll tell you by herself. You think I'm a stupid? You had been manipulating her and broke her heart so many times, and now when you feel like she's some use of you, then you came here looking for her, you selfish bastard. I love her for real. Whatever you said, nothing is real. Yoongi raised his brow. Oh, really? So you can also prove that you love her, right? Initially, Jungkook didn't reply, but he was true about his feelings, so he nodded with confidence, without any hesitation. A smirk appeared on Yoongi's face. Then let's do it. She did so much for you, even endured your harsh and rude behavior. It's time for you to prove it too. Jungkook would have never done it. He never bent down in front of anyone, but right now he was ready to do all that just because of you. His love was strong and true, and right now he cared about nothing but you. Yoongi dialed a number and talked to someone for some seconds before turning towards Jungkook. Let's go. You have a limited time to prove yourself. Jungkook exactly didn't understand what he meant by that, but he decided to follow him and they both walked away from the office. Jungkook looked around him while walking behind Yoongi. They both entered in a completely dusted area filled with loud cheers and groans. It's like they all were ready for this moment. They were no other than the special trainers from this agency. Yoongi stopped and turned towards him. Let's see how strong you are to protect my sister. If you can save yourself from here, I'm ready to do whatever you say. Jungkook knew that he was testing him, but maybe he forgot that this is one of his favorite hobbies and no one till now can beat him in this. He was ready to flex his skills. And I thought you were serious. Anyways, I'm in for it. Without wasting a second, he climbed inside the ring. Yoongi was relaxed and somewhere pitiful because maybe Jungkook didn't know what he's thinking is he can easily take his life today. Love your energy. I think we should already start. He signed one of his men to enter inside the ring. There is always a trick that he uses and people often underestimate it until they start begging for their lives, coming to the end. Jungkook looked at the man who came in the ring with him. He was well trained, but still Jungkook has the confidence that he'll knock him off easily. Let's start the challenge. The MC announced the challenge and soon the battle began. Yoongi sat down on a chair, enjoying it. Jungkook was impressive but also a fool to drain all his energy into it from the start. Indeed, he was a mafia, but he forgot that Yoongi provide the best professional bodyguards even for the mafia, so their skills should be easily predictable. Jungkook was easily handling his moves and his attack was also strong enough. You came to the agency, don't know why you were restless the whole time today. Yoongi didn't answer your phone and when you came here, you saw people behaving strangely. No one was ready to tell you where your brother is and he wasn't in his office as well. Alice, can you please tell me what's going on? Why nobody is telling where Oppa is? She looked around, a little hesitant but then decided to tell you. He's in the practice room. Something's going on there. You frowned. What? What's going on? She shrugged her shoulders. I'm sorry, Vayan, but I can't tell you more than that. But I guess Jungkook also came here. Your heart dropped when you heard that. What? Where is he now? I don't know. But you didn't waste a second and ran away from there towards the training center. You already guessed everything. Yoongi was impressed by Jungkook. Despite of so many injuries, he was still fighting, but maybe he doesn't realize he was competing against one of the best men here. He smartly drained all of Jungkook's energy in the first and second round and now he was the one heavy on him. He punched on Jungkook's jaws, making him vomit blood. Jungkook started to feel dizzy, but he was still not ready to give up. He was not ready to give up on you. It was almost 30 minutes. They were fighting and now Jungkook was half unconscious. He was not in the position to continue, but he has no choice. Either he give up on his life or fight until the end. You came inside and your heart dropped when you saw the scene. You quickly walked down from the steel staircase before walking towards the ring, but Yoongi signed his man to stop you when he noticed that. You can't go there. That match is still going on. You looked at him angrily and then turned towards your brother. I never thought he could be this cruel. You decided to approach your brother. Oppa, stop this. How can you make her compete with Mallory? You did that on purpose. Yoongi stood up and came near you. Yes, I did that on purpose, and that's what I wanted to see. I don't think this is anything compared to the hard time he gave you. You did more than this. You looked towards Jungkook and then at him. Oppa, you are thinking it all wrong. There's nothing like that. Please stop this. He's already not capable of fighting. His shoulder and chest both are injured. Please try to understand. Yoongi understood looking in your eyes that how much you love Jungkook. Oppa, please, I'm requesting you. Please stop this. Jungkook fell on the floor almost dead and covered with blood. You looked at Yoongi. If you didn't stop it now, you will lose me as well. Now you can't see it anymore. Then go and save him. It was completely unusual of him. You remember one time competing against Mallory and he only spared your life because he can't hurt you. Getting permission from your brother, you jumped inside the ring. The crowd became silent. Everyone was shocked and surprised. Jungkook was looking at you with his half-open eyes that were bruised badly. Fine. He is finally able to see you. Fine. What are you doing here? He asked confusingly. I'm going to continue this game. What? What are you saying? You heard me already. He looked at Yoongi who was watching both of you straight face. You want to risk your life for this man? He said, pointing towards Jungkook. You know the rules of game, right? I'm still advising you to step down. This is not a joke. He said, warning you, and I'm not joking. He nodded. As you wish then. And the challenge begins. You were fast from the starting, and since Mallory wasn't that powerful as in the starting because he was also tired from fighting with Jungkook, you take this opportunity and was attacking non-stop. It was true that you lost a fight with him in the past, but you made it one of your goals to beat him once in your life. The match was intense and everyone was watching it holding their breath. It went on for almost 25 minutes when you finally defeated him. It was shocking and impressive at the same time. We could see a smile appearing on Yoongi's face. I always wanted this. You said, breathing heavily because you were exhausted. You went to Jungkook before putting his head on your lap. Jungkook, can you hear me? I'm so sorry. A painful smile appeared on his face, lifting up those bruised lips. He touched your face. Thank you for coming. I thought I lost you. You didn't care about your tears and hugged him. I'm sorry, but I will never leave you now. Yoongi came in the ring. He realized that nothing is fake. No one is selfish in this love and you both actually love each other. Oppa, please. You literally begged him this time. I never thought I would say it, but I'll give you a chance. I won't stop you now. He sat on his toes and looked at Jungkook. But if you hurt my sister, I myself will end you. I will never let that day come. I'm sorry. He looked at you. You won. Live your life. You cried in happiness.
좀 늦었지만 날 놓지는 마 아직도 너를 사랑하